Right, very good evening, everybody. And tonight we're going to be talking about the future. So, the future and what's going to happen. Now, yesterday I was trying to achieve something and I ran out of credits. Bit of a downer. And I did say that these things are going to cost. Hello, David. No. A director of football? No, not for me. There's a whole host of things which are possible, but yeah, I've heard about that this afternoon from fellow YouTube channel, Loaded Mag, NUFC, Newcastle Fans TV, and Paul Ditchburn of The Toon Review. Mark Hartnett. Right, buy more credits then. Yeah, well, that was part of the discussion which I had this afternoon. You see, as I was talking to this person, I brought up AI into the conversation. Reason being, I watched a few business shows, and those business shows were like very buoyant. Bok, evening, and Mamadoodle. Hey Paul, how are you? Good. I was drenched this afternoon though. Absolutely drenched. Yeah. What I looked at yesterday was doing something, and it was an intro. The intro you heard, but you didn't see. Because when you heard the sound of an old style modem, that's what I told where I was on yesterday. It sounds like an old style modem, which is not what I wanted. And it was a 5-second clip. But I came across something late last night, and that I can do a half an hour. And that half an hour is going to be brilliant for one of the apps which is on GitHub right now. Mighty Magpie Show. And the problem is with most of these things, you give it a prompt. What I've tried to do from the very first to right now is this. I've tried to give it one single prompt, and that's it. So what we got, did I miss anything? Not yet, you didn't know. Bia Vacan is here. How's the next Call of Duty you're working on coming along? Well, here's the thing. Call of Duty? No. Brilliant game. Brilliant. But I've been speaking to somebody today who has much bigger reach than I do. I mean, gigantic reach. And between now and September, there's going to be several more meetings where the focus is on pushing for the creation of brand new work. That's not just for me. I just take the role in these as founder. And that was why I said to you all in a previous. Christian is his name, and his company is called We Are No Code. Good evening, Raw Dog. Where can we find that? That's going to be coming. That will be round about July. The reason why I'm focusing in on what I've got at the minute, deploying so that you, good people, can go in, explore, and, give feedback. That's what I'm looking at the moment. Streets of Home will be Raw Dog. It will be on Xbox. It will be on PlayStation 5 and 6 because there's an announcement coming. PC and the iTunes, I think it's iTunes for Apple and Android for everybody else's phone. Right. Someone said the plant behind you is CGI. That one there. Yeah, that one there. Let's see if it's CGI. Let's just have a look. I'll put your mind at rest. So where's CGI? Over. Yeah. See this one here? This one here is half a foot off the ceiling, right? So what I'm going to have to do with that plant there is it's on a little nest of tables. One table for my cuppa in the morning while I watch a bit of TV. The other table has a plant on it next to the window. And there's another, like it's a coffee table, but it's glass. And that has a money tree on it. So there we go. Yes, BFA, can everything's CGI. I'm sure you live in a CGI world, mate. But here's the thing. Got you. Right. So we've got 9. Well, we did have 9. We've got 8 people here. Let's get some likes up. What I'm going to tell you is this, that what is on right now on GitHub, slowly, one by one, will be going live. And when they do go live, they're going to be different job roles. Somebody to manage, look after a team, supervisors, and here's the most important bit. Okay. Do you remember when I showed you all the certificate, the NVQ? That's going to play a massive role within everything that's going to be created. So it's not just going to be the case of you coming in, sitting down at a desk and going, and nattering to the person next to you. No. It's going to be different because within a short space of time from you sitting at your desk in the new environment, someone's going to come along and turn around and say, would you be interested in this? So there's adult learning in it. And that learning is going to be a role that someone's going to train you within. Yeah. And the, what's it called again? What's it called? Bridget. Bridget. Is it Bridget Phillipson, I think she's called. She is the education secretary. So it's going to be finding out how far the NVQ goes before you bump into the next one. And this is the information I'm kind of chasing at the moment. Right, what we got? I could supervise the fly trap. Okay. No, we didn't finish third. No, we didn't. I was, in honesty, I was gutted that we didn't finish third. I was gutted that we didn't even score. But 5th place, that's Champions League. Because the 6th place, that went to a team further down the division. Any news on the Mondial today? No. Pardon me. There's no news on the Mondial, but there is a possibility of something better. And it's just a possibility and nothing more. I have to be patient. And in the meantime, what I'm doing is, the person I spoke to today was talking to them about the things I'm trying to do, because they're an expert, and that's why I was talking to them. So, Beer Viking, you're on a good CGI, aren't you, Beer Viking? Yeah. I'll tell you one thing, right, Beer Viking? You said in a previous message, yeah, you're a programmer, yeah? Is that correct? Let me know in chat. David R. A tractor. You picked up all those goal scorers, 5 of them, and you didn't. Yeah, sometimes that happens in football, but football is gone, and the players, they're on holiday. You know, they're on a beach somewhere, wiggling their toes in the water. It is what it is. Huh? What we got? I'm a Unity developer. Okay, here's the thing for you. See, got you again. So your Unity is gaming. I know that because I have Unity on the laptop. I also have something else, Blender. So here's the thing for you. How long would it take you, Beer Viking, to do a 5-minute real life video? Just 5 minutes from the school opposite the bowling alley. Well, not opposite, say diagonally down from the bowling alley. From that spot there to where the old church is on West Road. Right, what we got? What NVQ are being put on? Are you being put on, Paul? No, what I'm saying is to those who come into. I'll take this off. Oh, yeah. Those who come into Seeking You, Geordie Nation, and like the Mighty Magpie Show, because the Mighty Magpie Show is real life and CGI combined. Couldn't be done years ago because that's what Curry's told me. Couldn't do it. Have you ever pulled? Nope. What's pulling the bucket? Hi, Mark saying, hi, Paul. How are the budgies these days? Well, they're not here. The budgies, basically, one passed away, dropped at the bottom of the cage, and the other one is doing fine with a member of the family. So there you go. Curry's the world's leader in VFX. Okay, what's VFX? Who did you speak to in Curry's who told you? I spoke to one of the business managers at Curry's down at Kingston Park, and I never ever when I'm discussing a business idea, whether it's with you or anybody else, what I do is I give you the little taste of it. Like an example for you. You're in a space market. Somebody turns around and says, "Oh, you want to buy this space?" You do that. You dip your finger and you do that. And if you like it, you buy it. That's what I do. And because when I was 21, I had a brilliant idea, but somebody else got the idea. Yes. Business managers definitely know their stuff. Be careful. No, nobody stole the idea. Nobody stole it. And that idea now sits on GitHub. And what I found last night, that is going to make the Mighty Magpie show happen. Which I'm rather excited about. Because when it's produced, I'll have to email St. James's Park and say, what do you think? Yes or no? And they either like it and say, yeah, brilliant, or it gets binned. But what they're going to view, from what I saw last night, it was late on, the idea can be done now. What else we got? What was the idea you had when you were 21? It was to open on 2 floors. A business where you had machines that side and that side of the room, and in the middle you had tables that were serving food. Next floor up, that was pool tables close to the door, and as you went towards the window, snooker tables. And somebody else got the idea. Would Ant and Dec invest in your idea, Paul? Couldn't tell you. I have met them years and years ago, and that was when they were at the Mitre, and they were filming the Baker Grove, and canny lads. Coffee machines, no. The ones you put money in and you press a button and the wheels go. Yeah, them ones. But somebody else got the idea. They made, well, I think they made 2 million on it and then sold it. Your grand idea was a social club. Nope, wasn't. Because in a social club, they do offer food, but not like a meal and stuff like that. But that idea flew out the window and somebody else caught it. Right, when most were going out of business. well, a lot of companies have gone bust. A lot of companies decided to leave Britain, you know. But yeah, it is what it is. Is there an existing or new idea? I've just talked about one. And now that idea can be done. I'm not going to tell you where I got the information from. No. But I do know it can be done because I watched 45 minutes of it last night. It just means that might need either a faster computer or faster broadband. I don't know. How do we, your fans, submit ideas? Right. What you can do is the comments. Yeah. I'm open to comments. Like when people turned around and said to me when I was doing the Web Development 3. Part of the Web Development 3, which isn't there, but it is part of it. Some have said, I'm going to give you a rough guess, just a rough guess. It's about 20 different high-profile people have turned around and said that Web3 is going to be exciting. And from what I've seen so far, that's true. Last night I came across, Beer Vacan might know what this is. It's called N8N. I'm just starting to learn this stuff. And it's kind of a rough, like downhill slope. But idea. Work for a company that will provide wages, pension, sick pay, and holidays. Well, here's the thing, right? I get your idea. Yeah, cool. I get your idea. But you've missed one thing out, which is in my business model. Because you've got work for a company that will provide wages, yeah, pension, correct, sickness pay, and holidays. Now, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. What's missing? What is missing? And while I read David R., how much office space are you actually seeking? Right. What I'm kind of looking at for Seeking You and Geordie Nation is starting with about 20 to 50. So however big that space would be for those people is what I'm looking at. Now, cool, have you come back? Company car? No. You see, right, when I was saying to you in a live previously, yeah, I mentioned it twice. And it's very important. So, mental health assessments? No. Something a bit bigger than that. Who is it? JP is saying, when do the apps go live? What has to happen, JP, is this. The broken version of Seeking You needs to be pulled. I've asked Supabase, I've said, If you don't believe what I'm saying, go in, log in if you can. And when they turn around and say, we can't log in, I go, hallelujah, we're getting somewhere. So you know, what they're doing is this, right? There's like a number after Seeking News at the top and then all the rest below. Clever people over at Supabase have decided to do this. Well, you've got this one live, so we'll charge you for the rest. Now, the rest of them haven't got a domain, and the rest of them haven't been paid at all. It was just something free, yeah? And then you upgrade to Pro. So there's one, but they're charging for the whole lot. Right, what we got? Did you ever drive? No. Pass, not a clue. Cool. You really surprised me. You haven't got a clue. Right. You said your wages. You said pension. Hold on, I'll lift my hand up so you can see. Right. Pension. Right. And you also said paid holidays. And then you came up with company car. What you didn't come up with was this. And I said this on quite a few of my videos. 2 bonuses. The first bonus is every month. The second bonus is Christmas time. Because if you go back through the videos where I'm talking about this and the apps, the bonus is paid and you have the choice with the bonus. Spend it or just stick it over there and put it to one side and forget about it. Pardon me. Now, one thing which I do myself is this. If you go on to Facebook, Paul Gallant 1, scroll back through the timeline, look for PiCoin. I've got 132 PiCoin. Can't touch them because when it went through the KYC is know your customer. Yeah. So them 132 that I mine, right, that are safely tucked away in an ecosystem. Now the ecosystem is a special word, which I've mentioned quite a lot. Why? Why have I mentioned the ecosystem? Because what the ecosystem does is it locks currency away and gives you the time to say, right, I've started with 50 people or I've started with 20 people, whichever is the greater, yeah? And then the next year, am I going to add another 50 or another 20? And every year thereafter, you do another. When it comes to the unlock, you can take it out or leave it, lock it in again. And this is the thing you don't get with fiat currency. Your £5, your £10, your £20, and those lucky enough to hold 50 quid. Now, we've got 18 people here. Let's get the likes up. If you're enjoying the content, Any polls this evening? No. So we've got very interested to know how you expect to get tickets for away games and Europe when you don't have a season ticket. Well, it's a very good thing to that, and it's this. There are ways and means to get tickets. There always has been ways and means to get tickets. And one very vital, important thing between now and August is this. I'm going to apply online for my passport, my very first one, which means I'll probably have to go for an interview to turn around and say, why do you want to leave the UK? Well, I want to leave the UK. So if Newcastle United are playing in Italy, I can fly over for 2 days. First day, sightseeing, showing you good people, my subscribers, showing you the sights of where I am. Second time, go to the game, wherever it may be, in Italy. Then, after the game's finished, another live. And with these different apps as they come out, put money to one side. And then that money pays for the flight, the hotel, etc. So what else we got? Withdraw it and maybe buy one of the stripes you want on the Mondeo. No, because there's a thing when Seeking You goes live properly and I get 1,000, 2,000, 10,000, 20,000 people from everywhere across the internet piling in. Because I'm not just talking about it here. The only place I am not on is Twitter. That's the only place I'm not on. And I can turn around and say after a short period of time, stick some money to one side and then just go to a garage and turn around and say, I'll have that. And correct me if I'm wrong, every brand spanking new car doesn't have to have an MOT for 3. No, it was 3 years. It's now 4. So there we go. Road Dog. Hold on. Paul, you can get in this, well, you know, that is just the dumbest thing I've ever heard anybody say. And you're like on the top level of like, saying stuff like that. It's yeah, everybody in chat, he's just turned round and says, now I'm disabled. You can get into the disabled section at St James's Park with my CGI walking stick. How is a CGI walking stick meant to keep you upright? Yeah. Right. If everybody sees you at an away game, they will grass you up. To who? Who are they going to grass me up to? Who? You see, do you know, many people here, right, who's in chat, they will turn around and say, go on GitHub. Go on GitHub and see what is there. because everybody assumes that, I'm going to go to an away game, or I'm going to like fly off to Germany, yeah, and then come back and log into my universal credit. You're a billion mile in the wrong direction, completely. Because as I was saying to somebody I met today, and I've got a feeling the marketplace for that subject, AI, here in Britain, in the United Kingdom, that marketplace is going to be worth, at the bare minimum, the lowest figure, £1.46 trillion. Right? If you have a better figure, please come forward with it. Because, like I say, here's the thing. Your crypto investments are worth 74 quid. Incorrect. Wow, man, you're so incorrect. Really, you are so incorrect. Are you just talking about the Picoin? Because here's the thing. The Picoin is, at the minute, it's about 50 pence per coin. I've got 132 of them. But it's long term. Like from now till 2035. I just keep, when the chest unlocks, stick it back in, lock it up again. That's how you do it. Would you be a steward at St James's Park? No. I like watching the match too much. Halakita is saying 2 quid. Oh, shock horror. Right, what else we got? Oh, here's somebody new. James Capelliot. Paul, you have about £20 in crypto. Incorrect. What I've got in crypto is locked. It's locked for years. So think again. No one at all expects you to fly anywhere. You can't even afford. Oh, hey, get the claws out. Wow. Gordon Bennett, get the claws out. Whoa. Gordon Bennett, man. Do you know the thing is? Do you want to know the honest thing, right? At the end of the day, when I have this next meeting with this person I spoke to today, I'm going to let them into something, and the expression on their face is going to probably be, wow. Because everybody thinks there's, 10 pence, nout, £20 and, 74 quid and all the rest of it. Seriously, you haven't got a clue, Have you declared your crypto? I don't have to. The only time, and this is by law, by law, the only time you have to declare your crypto is when you cash it in. And if you don't believe me, check it. That's the law. Right, what else we got? Yeah, really good point. Well, it's not really. Supabase won't help you fix. They are a database provider. Yeah, what I'm thinking about doing is sending a message to Bolt to say, can't get in. you're charging this, but I can't get in. Nobody can. Hold on. That's already been done. So, waiting for Bolt to get back to us. Right. You were begging DWP for coffee, milk, and honey last week. What alternate universe are you in? What alternate universe? Because here's the thing, right? In 2023, what's the year today? Oh, well, what's the year today? Come on. Oh, well, come on, spit it out. You're good at this. Oh, well. Oh, NUFC, get a job and sort your life out. Stop living on Fantasy Island. Oh, Fantasy Island with a little guy. Yeah, from the late 70s, early 80s. Well, here to tell you this, NUFC. I really hate to tell you this, but there's one thing that's already online. So, yeah, what we got here? Tattoo, that was it, yeah. The little dude, aye. But what I'm trying to tell you is this. Whether you understand what I'm saying, or whether you think I'm trying to win you, doesn't really matter. Because I've already put stuff onto GitHub, and a few people are looking. What they need to do is look, make sure the code is clean as a baby's backside. Once that happens, boom, it's live. Because I'm not going to spend good money throwing it out the window in Gale Force Winds for anybody. Right, what we got? What's racist? Did you get your tune chant sorted out? No, I got a modem. Do you remember the modems when the internet was first around about? The images looked superb, but the images which were on screen last night was not what I asked for at all. And I'm not going to tell you anything more because it's 5 seconds. And where it's going, that 5 seconds, it's going right at the start of every live. Because what I'm going to do is put it in at the beginning in studio, and then all videos from that moment onwards, live videos, apart from Christmas time. Christmas time, you're going to get music. Right, what we got? Oh, that breaks my heart. Oh, somebody called Joe in chat is turned around and here's the thing, Paul, you let me get screwed. Did I? Or did you run? You see, the thing is this. What you chose was the grass is greener over there. You got to live with that. Right, what we got? How's the Web3 course? It's not at the moment because, as I said in the other video, I want 2 apps live. Once they're live and making money through advertisements, etc., then I can turn around to Universal Credit and go, sign off. And put some money to one side, and that is my away game pocket money. What else we got here? What Stevie J is saying, Paul, while you're traveling around Italy,